Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to explain you the poem The Camel's Complaint. As you can see from the name of the poem, The Camel's Complaint, these are the complaints of the camel. So let's start. This poem is written by Charles Edward Carroll. It is a complaint of a camel. First, it complains about the food given to it by comparing with other animals. Then it complains about the place it sleeps. In the third stanza, you will see that it complains about the home given to it. It complains about people riding on it. And at last, it complains about its looks and the shape of his body. This is the very nature of humans. We never learn to appreciate what we have, but we will always keep complaining by comparing ourselves with others. So, children, in this poem, as you have just now read in the paragraph, that it is we are comparing the camel with the nature of human beings. We as humans always have the habit of complaining about everything we have. We never are thankful for whatever we have. We always keep complaining about the things we have by comparing it with the things others have. So now let's begin the poem. Canary birds feed on sugar and seed, parrots have crackers to crunch, and as for the poodles, they tell me the noodles have chickens and cream for their lunch. But there's never a question about my digestion. Anything does for me. So here the camel is saying that canary birds, the birds, they feed on sugar. They are particularly, they cannot eat chicken or they cannot eat anything else. They cannot eat a chapati. But they particularly eat sugar and seed. They have that food. They are known for that food. Parrots have crackers to crunch. We provide parrots crackers to crunch. And as for the poodles, poodles is a breed of a dog. They tell me the noodles. So he's saying that dogs which are known as poodles, they get the noodles to eat and have chickens and cream for their lunch. But as you can see that all the animals have different categories of food which they eat, but I never have any category for food. I can eat anything. There is no digestion. About my digestion, there is never a question. Anything does for me. I can eat anything. I don't have anything in particular. And no one has ever asked about my digestion, that what food digests me, what food suits me. Cats, you are aware, can repose in a chair. Chickens can roost upon rails. Puppies are able to sleep in a stable. And oysters can slumber in pails. But no one supposes a poor camel does this and plays does for me. So now he's saying that cats, as you know, that they repose in a chair, that they sit inside a chair, on the chair or beneath the chair. Chickens have a farm to live in. Puppies have been given stable to live in. They have their own houses. Oysters also have their houses. But no one ever thought about where do a poor camel lives. Any place will go for me, will work for me. I can live in any place and I can sleep in any place. I can stay in any place. Unlike these animals, I have no one has suggested anything for me till now, and no one has any sympathy for me. Lambs are enclosed where it's never exposed. Coops are constructed for hens. Kittens are treated to houses well heated. And pigs are protected by pens. But a camel comes handy wherever it's sandy. Anywhere does for me. So now he is saying that lambs are enclosed where it's never exposed. Means that the lambs are small and they are only allowed to go outside when they grow up. Coops are constructed for hens. Coops are the houses which are constructed for hens, made for hens. Kittens are the babies of cats. They are treated to houses well heated. When they are born, they are kept in a well heated houses. Pigs are protected by pens. But whenever it comes to a camel, camel comes handy. Anyone can easily hire a camel for its for to ride, and for me anywhere does for me. For me every place is comfortable, and I can wherever there is a sand, I can walk there on that place. People would laugh if you rode a giraffe or mounted the back of an ox. It's nobody's habit to ride on a rabbit or try to bestraddle a fox. But as for a camel, he is ridden by families any load does for me. So now the camel is saying, he's complaining that people will laugh if you will ride on a if you will ride on a giraffe, if you will go on the back of the ox, or no one has the habit to ride on a rabbit. Rabbit doesn't gives ride, nor a fox gives. But whenever it comes, whenever we talk about a camel, it comes about me. He is ridden by families. He take families on his back. Any load does for me. I can take any load on my back, and I can ride as many as people on my back. A snake is as round as a hole in the ground. Now he is saying that a snake has a flat body and he is like a hole. He can make a hole in the ground and he can go deep beneath. And weasels are wavy and sleek. The weasels are the creatures who have a sleek body, are wavy. They walk wavily, and no alligator could even be straighter. An alligator is so straight that they cannot be more straighter than lizards that live in a creek. Okay, the alligators cannot be even more straighter than the lizards that live in a creek, that live somewhere. But a camel's all lumpy and bumpy and humpy, and any shape does for me. So now here camel is saying that for camel is very lumpy and bumpy. As you can see that the camel's shape is like this, bumpy, like a bump on the road, like a hump on the road. And if anyone sits on a camel, then that person has to jump and sit over it because it's very tall, because of its bump on its back. So camel is saying that I have a very weird shape of my body, and it's very bumpy, humpy and lumpy, and any shape does for me. I don't have any particular shape. I have different shapes. Different types of bumps are there on the back of the camel. So now here in this poem, children, I think so you have understood. I hope you have understood this poem, because in this poem clearly it is showing that the camel is complaining about everything, about the houses that the animals get to live in, about the food which animals used to eat, about the shape of the animals, about the concern other animals have in comparison of the camel. So here the camel is complaining about everything, complaining about all the things which it does not have. So this was a story about a camel who is complaining about so many things. So I hope that you have understood it now properly. So now it's the end of the slide. Students, if you have not understood any particular line or any particular word in the poem, please use dictionary to solve your problem. After that also, if you are unable to understand that particular line or a word, please feel free to ask me. Thank you.